Yep. And if I could do that in a regular escape, regular raid, oh dude, he's sick, you know. Is he in the airplane? Here, don't push in. I'm gonna toss a grenade. Bottom of you? Take him out, man. Got one. There's still one more somewhere. Copy? I think I see him. I'm rotating down towards him. He's on right side, right? Where is he? I'm going for the objective to see if it's one over here. Nice. So I decided to give Escape from Tarkov Arena a try and see if this was a game I could see myself putting in just as many hours as I did in regular EFT. My goal is to give it a score 1 out of 10 for an average gamer. So after about a week of playing for a couple hours each night and 23 hours in-game time, this was my final thoughts on how it all went down. Side note, I started playing Arena after their most recent patch that implemented their new recoil system and vault system. First, let's start off by saying this game can be an absolute blast. Again, can be. You jump right in, you get to pick a class that suits your playstyle, you get to figure out what direction you want to take in unlocking certain presets that probably your favorite loadout in regular EFT, or a loadout you've never gotten a chance to try, but now you can try multiple times because you can die in this game as much as you want without breaking the bank. Once you jump into your first match, right away you know you're playing Escape from Tarkov, and there's no other game out there in the market like it. Each gunfight is going to get your heart pumping so fast if you forget how to play the game, walking like a freaking statue. Trust me, I've been there and done that. The game that has no mercy and you always need to be one step ahead of the player you're going against. A game that gets your heart pumping and your leg twitching from the small amount of adrenaline rush. Only a few games can really do that, but EFT in general brings that to the table in an almost perfected way. With this new game mode Arena only after a couple rounds and a win hopefully, you find yourself staring at the menu screen either ready to go back in or thinking to yourself, damn, what did I get myself into? I mean, damn. I would highly suggest playing with friends and getting a squad because the VoIP system is really not that good. It can definitely be better. Plus having quick comms no matter where you are in this map really helps with getting the win. Now I played for the most part solo queuing, but I did have a friend for a couple of games and it was definitely more fun like any other game. You can definitely 1v5, 1v4 any round if you get a decent loadout, but if you want to win more matches, playing as a team really helps a ton like any 5v5 game. Don't get me wrong though, I had a blast talking to random teammates through the radio. Getting them hyped up and just coming up with game plans, it made the game more fun. Maybe a few heartfelt moments. Let's go, I love you! Good job, dude, good job. Dude, you should have seen that. I did like a little jump into the stairs.
Good shit, bitch. Good shit. Good shit, I love you.
I love you, bro. The randomness behind voice chat is always great when you can understand what they're saying. Now, the gameplay is just perfect in my opinion. I believe they did a really great job with the recoil system, allowing you to really get some clean shots that feel repeatable. It wasn't just because of a lucky shot. The gameplay movement is that classic EFT movement that takes some time to get used to, but can master quickly. Also, having the ability to vault now is just a well-needed change. If you never played EFT before, you will struggle for a couple matches. But hey, you're not losing 300 to 500k each death. 80% of the time when I was in a 1v1 fight, the reason for my death was because my aim was off or I didn't position myself properly. The other 20% is because their loadout is just better in that situation, or they had ammo that was 10 times better. Now, another side note, please make sure you really think about what preset you want to start with, because if you get too far, it's going to be a pain when going against players if you start over with a new preset, when they're already on the 3rd to 4th tier in that specific class. Now, watch out for grenades. Not only have I died from those suckers, but I've also put them in some good use myself. On smaller maps, I found myself waiting a couple seconds sometimes to wait for the starting grenades to be over, then I would rotate out. Or I would try to beat the other team to it and get an angle for a grenade kill as well. Each time I would get a grenade kill though, always satisfying. Got the grenade up top real quick. Let's go, 2 people. Now let's talk about the maps. You have Equator, Bull, Sawmill, Air Pit, and Bay 5. If I would rate them out of 5, Equator would be a 2. It's not good for starting assault loadouts. Great for anything full auto. Bull would be 4 because it's any presets good there, just annoying towers to watch out for. Sawmill is a 4 because you can rotate pretty well, but this might change. I only played 2 matches on the Sawmill, but I feel like you could rotate pretty well with like any loadout. Air Pit, I would say, is another 4. Each preset does well, but your rotations are predictable. Then there's Bay 5. This map, I would give it 3. It's good for any preset, but I feel like some starting rotations, you're just asking to die if the other team beats you to it. Before you know it, you're the last one alive, and the audio is super loud anywhere you are in the map. Working with a team with comms is key to Bay 5. When it comes to my personal experience with the Assault preset, it didn't start off too bad, besides me recording 6 hours of a blank screen because I forgot to change the capture card to EFT Arena and OBS Studios. I mean, the audio came out great though. But on a real note, the SKS guard loadout wasn't terrible with the recoil system put in place, and I was honestly getting between 6 to 8 kills per game with it. AK-545 Ratnet loadout, I absolutely enjoyed. For some reason, I would just pop off with. Enjoyed every second I played with the AK-74M bunker loadout until I figured out that none of the XP was going to the next loadout. So I had to start using the VPO, the RAM loadout, to start progressing. Once I stopped crying about not being able to use the AK-74M, I started to get the hang of the VPO and appreciated taking names with only using a semi-auto gun. But at the start of any match, please take off that stupid helmet. Trust me, you will do better. Audio is key in this game. At this point, I was doing good in matches and I felt good, but even though I was getting more XP than anyone in my lobby, it didn't feel like my effort led me anywhere. I was getting between 6k, close to 9k XP every match, and it didn't seem like I was moving an inch towards the next loadout. The entire time I was thinking, man, am I going to do this all over again with a weapon I really don't want to use? You know, it's just a bummer. During this long, repetitive stage, I kept my hopes up that the next gun will be full auto and all my problems will go away. Since I was killed multiple times by the AK-101 Werewolf loadout, seemed like a great gun, right? So I finally got the AK-101 Werewolf loadout and I instantly felt more trash. And around this time my rank was just a couple points away from C rank, making me start off to go against people that had better to equal gear and honestly seemed like way better players. After just dying and not really helping out the team for several hours, I couldn't really get the hang of the gun and decided to call it a night, just give it a little breather. The next day I came out with a better attitude because I was seeing some gameplay of the Werewolf loadout and noticed, man, I should really give it another chance. Jump it back on, started a little rough, but started to adapt to better players, learning to give myself confidence behind the gun I'm using. Now I can't put the gun down. I'm excited before every match and pushing myself to play smarter, learning to be more consistent with my accuracy. I'm still at the AK-101 loadout, but after a week of playing only at night for a couple hours, I feel like I made a lot of progress. Now the rank system's okay. I believe the rank system keeps you from facing too strong of an opponent, but not always. I feel like they need to do more balancing when it comes to loadouts of each preset class, especially for the provided helmet and ammo a player might have in a D+ to C ranking match. Facing someone with a bulletproof helmet and an SA-58 with M62 ammo, the Butcher loadout, is just plain frustrating. Almost transferred to the second guy. And he has an Alton mask on? It's just not fair. Best gun in the game, and he has that. So dumb. After playing the game for 23 hours in-game time, it didn't come across any glitches or huge amount of frame drops besides maybe right when you load in or the very first round if everyone's rushing each other. Other than that, the game felt great most of the time. The only thing that got annoying was finding a match when the last person would accept the match over and over again. The other thing you would run into is possible cheaters, especially now that you can watch the kill cams. But even though that's a well-known issue in EFT community, it needs to be fixed. I feel like I didn't come across any obvious cheaters of playing or trying to troll. The best part is being able to report players that feel like they're acting sus. Let's just hope BSG does their part. When it comes to my final score for this game, I'm pretty confident to rate it as a 7 out of 10. My reason for the 7 is because they need to balance the presets a lot more between each class. This is supposed to be a competitive game mode, so why does one person have crappy ammo and one person have almost the best ammo in a D+ rank match? There are tons of ways to create a class in EFT to make each tier more balanced. I personally don't need an armor piercing ammo until I'm a higher tier class that needs it. I believe that you should get more XP if you're having between 8 to 13 kill games. The concept of being rewarded with getting to your loadout faster because of the effort to put in each match. If you're getting on every night for a couple hours and you want to chill, but you're still getting 4 to 6 kills each match, while also allowing your team to win, this should also allow you to get to your next loadout at a decent speed as well. Now the reason I also put it as 7 because the gameplay feels great. If I died because I screwed up and they outplayed me, this is not an easy game. It's supposed to be difficult. Again, there's no other game out there right now that brings this much intensity and reward factor behind every kill. The maps for the most part, they feel great and allow you to create your own strategies within your team. I didn't come across any glitches yet, and frames have been great so far. Now I am rocking an RTX 3080 with an Intel i7 to be able to play EFT games and other milsims as well. If that helps, I believe BSG can improve this game, and I'm excited to see what they have in store. So these are my final thoughts. Please don't be afraid to share your opinions in the comments below. If you made it this far, please leave a like, subscribe, and keep an eye out for the beta fish flow. Oh man, I know, for real, right? Damn.